Morning everybody, welcome back to another video. I already filmed this yesterday, but my camera did that thing where it somehow ends up on slow motion mode. I don't know how it does it, there's no way to tell that it does it, so everything I filmed yesterday is in slow motion and has no sound, so that's great. What I was trying to tell you and do yesterday was say that I am doing my version of the 24-hour reading challenge for this video. I've seen so many people do it, it got really popular for a while, but I can just never find the time to do it. Like, I don't have 24 hours to just set aside and blank stare at a book. Also, I don't think my brain could handle it. So my version is going to be, it started last night on Friday, and it's gonna go through until Sunday, and I am gonna try to fit 24 hours worth of reading into that space. So luckily I recorded like my times and stuff on my phone. I'll try and include some clips. They're probably not going to be very good because the slow-mo thing just absolutely ruins it. So I think I started at about 4:30 yesterday, and I am currently reading this. So I started on page 216 at 4:30 p.m. yesterday, and I managed to read for 2.5 hours, and I ended up on page 322. Now, I did take about 20 minutes in that time to do a few little things, like feed my cats and stuff like that. And I'm a very slow reader. Like, this is not going to be the type of challenge where you see people punch out like 5 books. Like, I'm not a speed reader, I'm a very slow reader. So I managed to get from 216 to 322, and then I took a bit of a break for a couple of hours, and then we came back and Mark and I sat down to read A Court of Wings and Ruin, which is what we're reading together right now. And we read that for 1 hour. We did 2 chapters, which was about 26 pages, and then after that I went back and read another hour of my book that I'm reading by myself, and I managed to read from page 322 to 372. So that's what happened yesterday. Like I said, if I can salvage any clips, I will insert them here. Now, in terms of today, it is currently, if you can see it, 8:21 a.m. I'm outside because my doctor said that I should get more sunshine, so this is my attempt. Everyone in my house is also asleep, so I am going to continue with this book. I am so very close to the end, and I'm really hoping that this morning I can get it done. My goal for today is to finish this morning, take maybe an hour or 2 off to get some actual like life stuff done, and then pick another book to start with. So let's go, I guess. So it is now 10 past 10, which means I read for 1 hour and 50 minutes, and I finished the book. So I read from page 372 to 463, which was the end. Obviously, I've seen a clip of me crying my absolute eyes out because this book destroyed me like I did not think it was going to. Really loved the start of this book. The middle bit I found a little bit which is why I've been sitting on it for so long. I got into a little bit of a reading slump, but the end absolutely saved it for me. Now, I love him. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name because I'm going to absolutely butcher it. But I love him. I love all of his books. This one, I thought I was genuinely going to come on and be like, it's a little bit average. It's my least favourite of his books. I still do think it is my least favourite of his books. I read earlier this year A Thousand Splendid Suns for the first time. That book is stunning, and I first read The Kite Runner in school, but I have read it many, many times since then, and I will always have a copy of it on me. I love that book so much. Definitely a great book. It was a lot better than I expected it to be. I would rate it like a 3.5 out of 5. I'm going to take a quick break because I've got some washing to put away and I need to put some more on and just do some lame housey things like that. And I also actually haven't decided what book I want to read next. I do have quite a few books here that I've never read. I've got this really bad urge to like reread Harry Potter at the moment, but I'm telling myself absolutely not because I've got like 10 books inside that I have never read. So I really need to commit to that. Also, I don't think that I mentioned it in my last clip because I talked about it yesterday, but the reason I decided to do this weekend and started at like 4:30 on a Friday is because I'm quite sick at the moment. So if I do look especially atrocious, or I sound a bit clogged up, or if I cough my lungs out in the middle of a clip, it's because I'm pretty sure I have the plague. So yeah, I'm gonna go and do some chores. My phone went black. Let's see. Let me do some math real quick. Hold on. I am about 6.5 hours into the challenge, so I have a lot more reading ahead of me. It's going to be a very, very probably late night, but I've got this really cool light thing that I did talk about yesterday, but I'll show you it again tonight. It's just like a piece of plastic, really. It's got lights in it, and you sit it on your book pages, and it worked really well. So I'm kind of hyped to be able to use that again. I'll show you it tonight, but I'm gonna take a break, get my eyes on straight, and I will come back and tell you what book I picked next. I just wanted to highlight really quickly before I show you what my next book is, my cool bookmarks that I have been using. I do have like a little collection of them. For the past few months I have been using this one, which is like a hand embroidered Harry Potter themed one that my friend Siobhan made me. I love it so much. She gave it to me right before I left New Zealand and I've been using it ever since, but I'm a little bit worried about these edges fraying, so I'm going to put it down for now, and I'm actually going to change over to this one, which is like, I'm not going to show you everyone's faces really close up, but it was made by my last work team when I left my job in New Zealand, and it says, "All the best for your next chapter and safe travels. Love the virtual stores team," and the front says, "I like books more than people except these ones," and then it has like my whole team on it, but it's really embarrassing photos of them, so I'm not going to show it too close for their sake. And I have decided that for my next book I am going to read Tom Felton's Beyond the Wand. Now if you know anything about me, you know that I love Harry Potter. I've obviously grown out of my obsession that I had, but as a child I was that kid. I was the weird Harry Potter kid. So when I saw this came out, I was like, gotta have it. It's been sitting on my shelf for a really, really long time now. So we're gonna commit it and we're gonna read it today. It's only 288 pages, including the acknowledgements. So I feel like there's a potential I could finish this today. Let's see. I'm back in my outdoor spot. It's actually really, really lovely today. So instead of sitting here, I'm going to relocate myself to this little window of sunshine for a little bit, because my theory is that I can sweat this sickness out with sunshine. So it's 11:11 and I'm about to start Beyond the Wand. So I will update you as soon as I take a break or finish. Maybe we'll do it all in one go. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Alrighty, so it is 12:54, you can't even see that, but it means I've been reading for about an hour 40 and I have made it to chapter 10, which is 83 pages. Now, I am going to go and have a break and do some washing and have some lunch with Mark, and I'm probably going to take like a sizable break this time because I can feel that like my concentration is wandering a little bit and my eyes are getting a little bit strained, so I'm going to take a few hours off, probably just hang out with Mark, and then when I come back this afternoon I will probably have to wear my glasses and hopefully I can focus a little bit more. I am thoroughly enjoying this book so far though. You can see that it's already like a sizable chunk of the way through it. I definitely think I'm going to finish this one today, even if I have to be up like late tonight. I'm loving this. I may or may not have fallen asleep, but either way, it's 3:15. You can't see. It's 3:14. 3:15. So back to the book. I'm gonna see how far I get this time. It was, I will say, a very good nap. I feel a lot better. Alright, it is 5:51 and I'm going to take a break because our dinner has just arrived. I read from, I just closed my phone and I shouldn't have, page 23 to 2:15, so it was about 2.5 hours-ish. I'm going to go and have dinner and have a bit of a break for a while and then I'm going to come back. I literally only have the tiniest little sliver of book left, so focus. I'm definitely finishing this tonight, and then I actually didn't expect myself to finish a second book, so I have absolutely no idea what to pick to read next, and I didn't think I was going to have that problem, so I'm going to have to go and stare at my bookshelf and pick something. I've got a really limited like selection of books right now, and I don't really have a book that I'm like, oh, I really want to read that, so it might be hard. I do have about 7 or 8 on my bookshelf that I haven't read yet, but I'm also not really like drawn to read any of them specifically, so I'm gonna have to stare and just make a choice and get into it. So this was a really good stretch. I feel good about this. I feel refreshed after my nap, and I'm really excited to keep reading and finish this book. I love this book. This currently is a 5 out of 5 and it's gonna stay that way. It is 8 o'clock. Not that it will focus, but it's 8 o'clock. I'm about to sit down and tackle the end of this book. I have my little light. It's very scratched, and that does make it hard to see through, but it'll do, donkey, it'll do. And then when I'm finished this book, I'm going to move on to, if you can even see, Daughter of the Empire by Raymond E. Fust. I have tried to read this book 3 times and not successfully finished it because of someone. Because Mark and I read the Raymond books together, and he doesn't really like this one, and we tend to just sort of forget about it and get distracted and not read it. So this time I'm reading it by myself, and then we'll be able to get back into Raymond's books like on the next one, because Mark just doesn't vibe with this one, but I think it'll be good. So that's the plan. I will update you when I decide to go to sleep. Hello everybody, it is Sunday. It is 12:34, so the whole morning of my day is gone. I was going to really buckle down this afternoon and try and pump in like a good few hours of reading, but I feel absolutely terrible. I don't look too much better, and I'm not in it to win it today. All I want to do is take a nap a very, very long nap. Mark and his dad are currently out in town. They went out for a really nice lunch and they were like, do you want to come? And I was like, no, I do not. So I'm officially calling it quits on this 24-hour reading challenge. I did finish Beyond the Wand last night before going to sleep. It was an absolutely amazing book. I read the whole thing in one day, which I have not done since I was a child. I think the only other books that I have read in one day are the first 2 Harry Potter books, so sensing a pattern. I am still going to read Daughter of the Empire as my next book, but I can't commit to the rest of the challenge. I have done the math, however, and so over Friday night and all of Saturday, I have not read it all today, I did manage to get 12 hours of reading in, around 12 hours. I added up all of my minutes and all of my hours and it literally came to 12 exactly, so that's pretty good. I got exactly halfway. It's been a lot harder than I thought it would be, to be fair. I kind of went into it being like, oh, I'm giving myself over 48 hours to do this, but I did not realize how like intensive it would be to just sit and read. And I'd sit and read for like an hour and a half. There was even a couple times I did a 2-hour stint and I'd be like, man, it's been so long. And then it would only have been like an hour and I'd be like, what the fuck? So definitely was harder than I thought it was going to be. I underestimated just how much time 24 hours is. And in the end, I added it up on my phone, I've got it here. I read 558 pages of book between 3 books. So I obviously finished In the Mountains Echoed, and then we read a little bit of A Court of Wings and Ruin, and I read the entirety of Beyond the Wand. So yeah, over 550 pages, which is pretty good for me. I am typically a very slow reader, so I'm impressed with myself that we got through that number. It actually sounds like a lot. Mark was very surprised yesterday when I was like, okay, well I finished that book. He was like, didn't you just start it today? But that's the entire point. I think I would like to do this challenge again. I'm not entirely sure like how people actually do their 24-hour reading challenge. Like, do they actually just do nothing for 24 hours? Because I've seen some people who like try to not even sleep and I just couldn't, like my brain can't do that. I have to take breaks. But yeah, I think I would definitely give it another go. Maybe when I'm well. I definitely went into this thinking, oh cool, I don't have anything planned this weekend because I'm not well. It'll be cool to just like chill, but I definitely think being unwell has made me read a lot slower than normal. And I did take a nap yesterday as well because I couldn't hack it. I could not handle the jandal. So yeah, unfortunately I'm gonna call the end of this challenge there. I got 12 hours out of my 24. I'm definitely going to do it again though. If you have any books that you want to recommend to me that you think that I might like to read for my next challenge, definitely let me know. I'm going to try and get a few more in my collection. I think I just want to have more to choose from, because that was another thing, like after Beyond the Wand I was kind of standing there like none of you are really like drawing me to you. So I think if I had things that I was more excited to sit down and read, it might be a little bit different. So that's that. Thank you for joining me once again on another video. I'm definitely going to do this challenge again and hopefully actually complete it. Otherwise I will see you in my next video. Make sure to leave a like or a comment or something down below, and if you want to see more of my content, subscribe. Otherwise, bye. Bye. Bye.